Now in this tutorial we're going to cover line equalization. Equalizing your lines is of the utmost importance because over time almost any type of line will stretch. They don't always stretch evenly. So of course if you have a right line that's stretched more than a left line, that creates an imbalanced input and can negatively impact the accuracy of your flight. So in order to start equalizing the lines, what I've done here is I've removed the loops from the handles, as you can see, and one by one I will place those onto a ground stake which is well driven into the ground. Now once I have all 4 loops onto the ground stake, what I'll do is slide them all down to the bottom here so that they're coming from the same point in space. And what that does is it ensures that when I go to the other end to start equalizing, that they're all coming from an accurate point of reference so that I can make sure they're all equal. So having done that, let's go ahead and head to the other end and start the equalization process itself. Now down at this end of the lines, I'm going to go ahead and start with the top lines, my right and my left. What I'll do is draw even tension into both, just like that. You can kind of feel the average and the stretch of the line there. As you can see, I've probably got about a half to maybe a 3/4 of an inch longer line here. So the first method that I'm going to show you is actually untying and adjusting the line itself. So first thing we'll do here is remove the first knot that I have in the sleeving. Once I have that first knot removed, I'm going to go ahead and point out this little nub of line that's sticking out. Now it's really critical that at this point, before I untie the last knot, that I go ahead and pinch that down. If I don't pinch and hold that, there's a chance that this line could be pulled inside the sleeving, at which point I would actually need a special tool called a sleever to go ahead and remove that. So once again, pinching the end of the line, I'm going to go ahead and remove the second knot here. And once that second knot is removed, I'll take that little end, that nub there, and I'll just pull that out by the amount that I actually want to adjust this line. So again, about just a little bit over a ½ inch perhaps. What I'll do then is lock down this end and smooth out the sleeving all the way to the other end so that there's no bunching. Now once I've done that, I'll go ahead and fold the sleeving end to end as it was originally. I'll tie one simple overhand knot. Place that just above the ends of the line here, and then one additional knot above that. I've experimented with a number of different knot systems for securing the sleeving, and this one has proven to be foolproof and very, very easy to work with over the years. So now that we've done that, we'll go ahead and draw even tension into both lines again, and indeed, you find that we've got them at roughly the same length. With almost any line, I shoot for about a 1/4 inch tolerance, give or take. So having done that, we'll go ahead and work with the bottom lines now and show you a different, slightly faster technique that you can also use. Now, switching to the other, now having moved to the bottom lines, I'm once again drawing even tension into those lines. And what we're seeing here is a trend, is that my right lines are a little bit longer on both the top and the bottom, and that probably has to do with the fact that I'm right-handed and I'm a little bit more firm with that right hand, so it actually promotes more stretch over time. But with that little bit of a difference, roughly the same amount, here's the quicker method that we're going to go ahead and use. We're going to take once again that longer line. We're simply going to tie one more overhand knot and place it above the others. Once that's done, we'll draw tension back into the lines, and as you can see, I've equalized them. And the simple reason for that is that this extra knot takes up anywhere from a 1/4 to a ½ inch of length, just because of the diameter that's actually inside that knot. So that's your basic introduction to line equalization.